Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in the U.S. in Central Maryland. So I'm here with back with my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. We're on day 7 and I'm excited to find out what is in door 7. The marketing that came with this calendar said that there would be, the stamps came separately. It came outside of the doors, so there's a stamp set, and then everything else in the doors are coordinating. We've gotten dies, I've opened DSP embellishments, some little gold embellishments. There was some gold foiled labels. There was a stencil, and oh gosh, I'm trying to think of everything that I've gotten. It's been quite a bit. And day 6 were these little stickers, I don't know, they're almost like, not foam, they're a little sturdier than foam, but very cute. Anyway, let's get to day 7. I'm going to flip the camera around. If you get ill, look away, because the camera's moving, and it moves, and then you see my ceiling and my light and my big head before I can get it turned around, the camera turned around to my crafting table. Okay, let me pull this back. Wow, it's way down there. Okay, but that works. Let me hold it, and then I'm going to get my laptop going. So if anybody joins me live, I can say hey. And if you're watching on replay, welcome. Thank you for joining me and coming along on my crafting adventure. This has been an adventure. Normally when I craft, I have a card already prepared that I'm going to copy, and for this advent calendar I prepare a card base, but then we just go from there depending on what is in the advent calendar itself. So this is the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. It comes with a stamp set, so you don't have to open a door that's just separate, and 24 stamps. That's 24 stamps, and I'll show you in a moment that. So you can buy this advent calendar. It's an online exclusive. That means it does not appear in any printed Stampin' Up! Catalog. You have to go online exclusives, and they typically are while supplies last. So I have no idea how long this calendar will remain available, so I'm suggesting you head over to my online store and get yourself one, or buy it as a gift. If you have a crafting buddy, I'm sure they would love it. Okay, so let's move on. This is the stamp set, the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar stamp set. And I've been talking about this every day that I've been making a card, that I love these fonts because I like the printed fonts along with the scripty fonts. And the other thing I like is that it covers like all occasions. You got birthday, thanks, healing hugs, miss you, thinking of you, love you. So, and we made this one, for day 6, always in my heart. And then you have the images. We've done some florals. There's a butterfly. I believe this is a cupcake. You got some leaves, little sprigs, some tiny flowers. I think these are flower centers, and a cupcake. Photopolymer, which I love, so you can look through and line up your stamps, your stamped images. All right, so here is the calendar, and I've also mentioned why I love this calendar. So last year I was following a YouTuber who has a channel, Call Me Crafty Owl, and she had, I think, 2 different companies' advent calendars, and she was opening them every day and filming every day, and I was glued to YouTube watching her. I don't know, it just sang to me that the unexpected, the fun of opening it up and see what's there and what can I make. So when Stampin' Up! Came out with their crafting advent calendar, I'm like, I have got to do this too. All right, so let's open it. And so the last one we opened was door number 6, and so now we're moving on to door number 7, and I have no idea what is behind door number 7. As I said, I have not looked at others, social media. So I don't know, because I wanted to be surprised. I like the surprise. So here we go. I'm going to open it and see what's door number 7. Lucky number 7. Oh, so we have some more dies. Well, isn't that fun? The dies we got on day 1, there were 7 of them. Let's see how many are in this one. Let me put this advent calendar to the side. And I was not prepared for dies, so I do not have my cut and emboss machine handy, but I might have to pull that out. So we have 1 square, and it's a 2nd square. They look like they nest. There's a 3rd square, and then we have 2 rectangles. So we have, and I guess they could nest too. So we have 5 dies. Okay, so I'm going to have to get my cut and emboss machine, and I don't know if I have any white cardstock handy. Whew. So, okay, let me tell you about what I had planned for today before we got dies. Not knowing what was inside, I had picked out a card base of Pretty in Pink. I cut a layer of basic black, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I have this piece of the DSP that we got on day 2 that I was going to cut to layer in here and do some little of rainbows that the dies that we got on day 1. So I think what we're going to do is change this up a little bit. So I think I'm going to go with my plan to have a card like this. We're going to cut a layer of the DSP at 3 by 4 and do some of that. And maybe we'll make a label out of these dies in white. So, yeah, let me gather some supplies. Well, you know what? I'm just going to use this piece of white. Well, maybe. We'll see. Okay, let me go first. First things first. Let me get my cut and emboss machine. It's very handy, so stay tuned while I gather some supplies. This is definitely crafting on the fly. Because you don't know what you're going to get. You have plans, and then the plans are... You have to go to plan B instead of plan A. Let me get some white cardstock. Oh, I think I have some right here. I don't know if that's big enough. Let me get another piece. That's going to work. Okay. And I have some black ink. All right. Let's go with plan B. So what do I want to do first? I think first I want to put my supplies to the side. Then I want to open my cut and emboss. This is the mini cut and emboss, and the other day when we were using this, we decided it worked best when the plate 2 stuck out from plate 1. So let's get that in there. Let's put our white cardstock down. And let's do 2 different die cuts. Maybe we'll do 3. Because we can. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. That's the thing. So we'll do these 3. Put that down and see if I can roll it through. There we go. Okay, camera's jiggling. Sorry. Apologies. 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 All right. There we go. So now we have some different die cuts that we could possibly use for a label. I'm going to pack my cut and emboss machine up, set it to the side, and bring in my paper trimmer. There we go. So set all these to the side, bring in the paper trimmer, and slide these die cuts, these rainbows down. I'm going to cut this paper at 3 by 4 inches. So 3 inches is in half because it's 6 by 6 paper. And rotate it and do a 4-inch cut. Alright. And now, the only other thing I'm going to have my stamp set handy because we're going to have to pick which sentiment we want. And let me put all these dies away. So we counted 5 dies. I'll pull this towards me so you can see who's talking and know where to go and subscribe to my channels. And then you'll know whenever I go live on Facebook, right? So we have 5 dies. Perfect. Set those aside. Set my scrap paper aside. Oh, look at the stitching on this one. So the large one does not have stitching. That small square has stitching. And then this one does not have stitching either. Interesting. I didn't even check that out. Okay. And I try to keep these little rainbows together, but apparently it's a piece dropped out. I don't know if I can slide these other ones off without the rainbow colors dropping out. Okay, so the plan was to use this DSP on a layer of basic black. So the paper that came with the calendar, the DSP pack, is white on the back, and that is unique because for Stampin' Up, generally they have 2-sided paper. So it's fun because it's different for Stampin' Up. And let's layer this so we get top, right, bottom, everything's the same. And let's slide these pieces onto that, set that aside. And our card base is a half sheet of Pretty in Pink. I forgot to score it, but I can fold it in half and then use my bone folder to crisp up that fold line there. And I do intend to make a landscape card. So this will be our panel, like so. And I'm not sure which label we're going to use, but I did want to use these rainbows die cuts, and I cut them, I cut 4 of them, Crushed Curry, Misty Moonlight, and Old Olive, and then I just saved the pieces that were inside. I thought I could glue them in. So let's do that one. Maybe I'll just set them down, put some glue behind the, we'll see how this goes. And then that Crushed Curry one can go right inside that one. Okay, and Now, for our label, do we want that kind of label? What do you think? So difficult to know. Okay, why don't we look at our stamp set and try to figure this out. So, I think birthday wishes is too long. Someone extra special probably would fit that way. Thinking of you, healing hugs, miss you. I don't think that they're going to fit. Miss you. Proud of you. Healing hugs. How about love you? I don't think I've used that one yet. So that would fit like so. I think you can see this. Let's move everything down. I'll just put that on the block, like so, and set these aside for maybe another project. And I'm going to bring in my Memento ink and ink this up. So the good thing about the photopolymers, you can look right through them. You can see if you've gotten ink evenly on your stamp, and then when you go to stamp, you can look through and place your stamp because you can see exactly where the image is going to go. So I'm going to press this down for 3 seconds and then remove. Beautiful. Okay, so I think we're going to assemble this now. Let's see how I can do. I can put glue all the way. So I'm going to dry fit this first to make sure I have enough space. See what the spacing is. And it seems to go uphill a little bit, so let me pull these down and shift that one that way. Shift that. That looks about good, huh? All right, let's jump in. Put some glue, just very modest amount. Oops, lost a piece. Put some glue across there. All right, and put this. Yeah, best laid plans, right? That looks about right. And then we have a little bit of glue dot. Maybe it was a happy accident. A little bit of glue right behind that rainbow. Okay, and let's do the one on the right. So just I think I lost part of my rainbow. A little bit of glue, dabs here and there. Okay. And get that one out of the way. I'm trying to place it so it has the same amount of distance on the right side as over here on the left side, and that it's the same across. I need to go up a smidge. Okay, and we can press that down. And I think I need a little bit of glue on the edge. So let's see, what do I have handy? I have a scrap of crushed curry. I'm going to put a little glue on this end, and I'm going to tap these ends into it. Oops. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this bigger arch. Let's do the ends. Just fit that into the space. Okay, and now we can move on to the center one of Misty Moonlight. And just a little bit of glue here and there, not an overwhelming. A little bit goes a long way. We'll do these in the center. Great. And now line it up with the right one, the left one. Voila. Okay, I think that worked out well. And then our centerpiece, our focal point, will go like so. And we'll do this love you over here to the, I don't know, maybe we should center it, huh? Yeah, I think centering it. All right, so let's glue our center panel, our focal point, and then we can move on to the inside. Oh, wow, that's stressful. Crafting on the fly, not really knowing what you're going to make or what's coming in the door. I mean, that part is fun, but when you're live and trying to craft, I think it'd be different if I wasn't on the camera. I could be more relaxed. So this is my center, my insert, and it's 3 1/4 by 3 3/4 by 5, and I like this size because it leaves a little bit of a border, almost like a picture frame, and I believe that it mimics the front of the card, where you've got this larger border. So when you open it, and as always, got a little bit of glue there. I don't tend to stamp on my cards on the inside because I want to personalize it when I send it. So I am going to put some dimensionals on this tag, this die cut that we just made today, because I like things popped up. And I'm going to put that down here in the center. Let's see if I can use my grid paper. Yeah, it's just about there. So this would be the center. So I think right about there. Let's take these backs off. And then we'll think about embellishing. We did get some embellishments yesterday. Those stickers. And I think there was some in, well, I know there was rainbows because that is where I've kind of got the idea to make these rainbow die cuts. Okay, so there is our tag for today. And let me bring in these were the stickers from day door 6. And these are the gold embellishments we got on day 3. So when I cut out the colors, when I chose the colors for this card, I based them on these rainbows. So it looked like to me it was Misty Moonlight, Crushed Curry, the Old Olive. So that's where I got the colors. Do we want to do some little ones, or maybe just one little one? I'll put some gold embellishments. I think I'm going to skip the gold embellishments. I think I'm going to do one of these rainbows and put it down here. One up here. What? Which one? Such a difficult decision. I'm going to go with this one on the end. And then, so they're very thin. They're not puffy. They're solid. Down here, 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 here. Yeah. Where to put it? Right there. Cute. Cute, cute. All right, so let's kind of recap where we have been on these previous 6 days. So here's the cards. This is day 7. Day 6, we got this, no. Oh, I'm missing a card. Wait, where did it go? Oh my, where is day 6 card? Oh, where? That's day 5. Let me see. Wait a minute. It's got to be nearby. Well, it is missing. It is missing. Well, oh, wait a second. I just spotted it. Here it is. Okay, so we got day 7, day 6, day 5, day 4, day 3, day 2, and day 1. So we've made 7 cards, and let me show you the goodies that I have received from my advent calendar to create these cards. So day 1 were these dies, and this is where the rainbow die came from. So that was the one we used today from day 1 dies. And then day 2 is a DSP pack. Day 3 was the glitter embellishment. They're dots, they're gems. 3. Day 4 were the gold foiled labels. Day 5 was the stencil, and it came with a little stenciling brush here, very cute. Day 6 were the sticky stickers. I don't know, they're soft and pliable. I just love these. And then today we got these scalloped, kind of almost like a postage edged dies. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stamping is fun, and you'll be notified the next time I go live with another fun stamping project. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to open a few more doors on my calendar, my advent calendar, and then next week will be 3 more videos, and then we'll wrap up on Wednesday with the 12th door. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. And until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.